our Team USA National Championships, where you amateur golfers, no USGA-GHIN Handicap required to play in one of 5 flights, August of 25, here in beautiful Ohio's golf capital, Canton, Ohio. For you, the amateur golfer, Sean, we 1 to 5 handicaps, all the way up to 21 and over.
Which is great.
And they win a trip to the home of golf, St. Andrews, Scotland. I think Glenmoor Country Club. Glenmoor might have a little bit of that, Scottish haggis wrapped in its DNA. Some of the rooms are even named after, venerable Scottish spots.
Turnberry.
Scott's Grill. This will be our 4th year for the Team USA National Championships, where amateur golfers like you compete to go to St. Andrews. No USGA-GHIN required. Sean, we get most of our golfers from the higher handicaps.
Of course.
And these guys, I call it the greatest prize in amateur golf. You're not playing for a golf hat and golf towel and a plastic trophy.
Yeah.
We are going to take you to stand on the bridge in front of the R&A clubhouse, and it's the guys who have the 14 handicaps that are playing with our 21 and over handicap.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are hackers extraordinaire, but to be a champion, a national champion, and go play against Team Scotland, you hit the nail on the head there. Let's talk more about this back 9, when I drove around it, a lot of eye candy out there, lakes and ponds and water all over the place.
Yeah, I would tell you this course builds to a crescendo. You play the front side and say, oh boy, that was fun, it was good. And as you get to the back side, you're saying, uh-oh, here we go. It's kind of like walking up a hill. You start and you say, well, it's not too bad. And in that last 30, 40 steps, you're going, okay, I'm wore out. Course isn't going to wear you out, but you got to pay attention going down the back side. Still a lot of room, but you have to focus on hitting a quality shot as you're coming down the stretch. And usually with golfers, whether you're a pro or an amateur, as they get a little tired and lose a little focus, that's when it gets on top of you.
Yeah.
And here, like I said, it's going to build and build and build. And the 18th hole here doesn't have water on it, but you're still going to have to hit 2 very quality shots. It's a stern par, and you should have to earn par on the last hole. And then you're coming in again with this building right here. So as he goes through this golf course, it's set up to play tournament golf, set up to play just fun golf and member golf and amateur golf, but visually it's stunning.
You mentioned 18, and I only drove by it at this point. It almost looks like there's a Scottish pot bunker.
Oh yeah.
Not just greenside, but into the green, man.
Yeah, it's the green sits over a hill in a little valley. Everything kind of funnels into the center. And that's great, but most of the time you're hitting a hybrid or fairway wood or a very long iron into that. So the shot's coming in low. It goes over a little rise. Like I said, it's in a little valley, and right in front is this nasty Venus flytrap of a bunker that's going to gather them up, and it's actually 60 yards from the front of the green. And if anybody knows, to hit a ball 60 to 80 yard bunker shot up in the air and stop it is a tough.
Oh, it's an easiest shot in golf.
It's a cakewalk.
It's the easiest shot in
can
golf.
Of corn, right?
Yeah, can of corn. Yeah.
But that hole, like I said, if you just pay attention, you can navigate that hole. But you got to pay attention, and as you get a little tired, or it might be the other way. You say, I've never broken 80 before, and if I make a par, you should have to earn it. How about that?
I love the interior as you come into the Glenmoor Country Club. Again, this venerable building, 1927, monastery, church. You walk inside, and again, God's blessed me to go to Scotland several times now, and you've got that feeling. I almost felt like, wait a minute, am I in Scotland when you come inside? The decor is amazing. Well, let's get into the Jack Nicklaus golf course here at Glenmoor Country Club. Again, a Jack Nicklaus signature course. Sean would know better than anybody else. We're going to get into the signature holes. We're going to get into what makes it special. But let's go back to your comment about Muirfield and you seeing images that Jack carried over from Muirfield to here. What an honor. And if you can't get on Muirfield, call Big Sean here at Glenmoor Country Club. Come stay in one of the 50 hotel rooms. The guys, the wives, whoever can go down to the spa. I bet you can enjoy a good scotch here on occasion.
For sure.
But when you get out onto the golf course, you're going to find Jack Nicklaus, well, the Golden Bear's best here at Glenmoor Country Club.
Yeah, before I talk a little on the golf course, you touched on it. It's a private club, and it's a guarded gate community, which is awesome. To come in the gates, it's very special, but we do have stay and play here. So as a private club in a guarded gate community, you can call Glenmoor and set up a trip, whether it's just 2 people, whether it's over 3 or 4 days, whether you come in with 24 people, couples. You can stay and play, as we call it. You see that at different facilities. It's stay and play, and we let you build your stay and play to your liking. You can do 1 night, 2 rounds, or whatever you want to do, you can do. In having the spa and other outlets here, you don't have to leave the property. So once you get in here playing golf, and we go back to the golf course, you don't feel like you need to go play 3 or other golf.
Sean, you're talking to my heart right
exactly.
now. I love when you can stay and play, park the car.
You got it.
And I can have some white wine.
Yeah.
I can enjoy my cigars.
Don't have to drive
scotch.
all over the place.
I don't got it. So you're saying folks can come to Glenmoor Country Club in Canton, Ohio, and walk the ground that Jack has walked.
Yeah, and he designed it exactly for the golfer. Not so much to say it's going to be built for PGA Championships or built for anything specific. He built this for the average golfer. If you look on our scorecard, it says I made a particular 18 greens and set of holes that championship players can play and your common average player can go out and enjoy every day. The thing that we say about here is we don't long to go play other golf courses. I can play this 6 days a week and I never get bored. And much like Jack's championship courses, like Muirfield, gives you a lot of room off the tee, which the amateurs love.
That's Jack. He gives you that chance to spray it. Then you got to go work around the green complexes.
And that's exactly it. The eye candy is they'll let you hit it off the tee like stadium courses, but you got to stay away from the sand and the water. And if
Do you? Do you really?
Well, if you're you said 40, you and Frank are 40s. If you want to shoot around even par, you got to stay away from
Look,
water.
I live in the sand and water, so I have to embrace. There's an army saying embrace the suck.
Yeah.
So you have to embrace that you play out of sand and water. You guys that have PGA Pro after your name, you play in that short stuff all the time.
We try, but we still listen.
Hey, Sean, what's your signature holes? I mean, everybody has a signature hole.
That's interesting. Here, our signature hole is number 7, mostly because of the view. It's a par 3 over water, a little elevated green, and right behind it is this majestic building. So from a view, most people, when they stand on that, and they say, wow, it's a tough hole, you're probably playing anywhere from 150 to 195 yards over water with a Jack likes over water to turn the green sideways and make it a little tough. And it's tough, but really it's the view. It's the picture hole that you want to get your foursome on and get your picture. And interesting note, when Jack opened up the golf course, on his signature courses, he'll play golf.
Yes.
So he played golf, the members and their staff and everybody went and followed. He hit it in the water on number 7. He hit it in the water on number 7. He's human.
He's human.
He's human. And it was only a little bit after 1986. You think it was 6-7 years he was out here, and actually he dedicated the set of clubs when he opens course. The clubs are in Frank's office right now. The clubs that he sat down, and it's a match set of the clubs that he used in the '86 Masters.
And it
they're still up there.
Harkens to the history of the game that we talked about.
You got it.
I mean, I actually interviewed Mr. Nicklaus once, and I asked him, I said, how are you, and I told him this, I said, look, I'm a hacker, okay? I'm a hacker, Jack. How are you able to focus in on that back nine? This is one of the greatest back nines ever played in the history of golf, let alone a major championship. And he just said, I took it shot
Shot by shot.
By shot. I go, the crowd? He goes, I didn't even really realize the crowd was there. Jackie was on the bag talking to me, and I was just playing shot to shot. He goes, but I kind of knew it was special when I forget the hole 13, I think, when the ball goes in and the famous, you know. But so much history with Jack in Ohio, but to have a signature course here at Glenmoore, a Jack Nicklaus. So what would another signature hole be?
I would say number 9. Number 9 has, I believe the number is 16 bunkers on it, and water, and a difficult green. It's our number 1 handicap hole, and it comes in along the building here as well, short distance away. It's not a terribly long hole, and anybody can play it. You know, usually it's a driver or a fairway wood for your better players off the tee. It's a par 4, but it's one of those holes that you'll hit it out and you may have a 9-iron in, but you're milking that grip on that 9-iron, knowing if I miss it just a little bit, it could be a 5 or a 6 in a heartbeat. So sometimes not just good-looking holes, sometimes difficult holes make a golf course as well.
Oh, look, you know, even a high handicapper like myself, I want the challenge. Let's say all of a sudden I get quote-unquote hot one day. Things are working, the back's working, I'm finding the groove. I want to be challenged by the golf course in front of me and say, okay, I got a game today. I'm used to just plunking along. I want that challenge today. So sand traps, you know, get in your head immediately.
Yeah, I would tell you that's what Jack did here. He didn't put the length in it that the average golfer just feels like he's overrun, but he put the quality on the shots that you have to hit. And 9 and 7 put that on display because you know you have to hit a quality shot, not a tour shot.
I like that. I like that. Quality within your own game.
Of course.
Right.
When you have your tournaments, and you talk about your tournament that you're going to come in and you have flights, you know, you're only playing against people in their own flight, and amateurs. They know they can win, but they're only having to play within that competition level that they can play in. So the best player will advance and go to Scotland out of that division, so they know they have conquered that division, which has equality to their handicap.